Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. It's Friday night, and when it's Friday night and the three of us are gathered together, we play Traveller. It's been an interesting week here in the Baltic Star house with news that some of you may have seen about an outbreak going around our part of the world, and with two of us working in Canterbury. It's been something we've talked quite a lot about on our car drives in. So it's quite nice to kick back, relax, and enjoy some time just enjoying each other's company and the joys of a roleplay game. And dear friends watching, especially Sparrow, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. We're going to go till about 1:15, maybe, so a bit less than 2 hours. We'll have a break in the middle somewhere, as we always do, and then return with our toast. So make sure you got something to toast with at that point. So stay for as long or as short as you want. We're quite interactive, so please feel free to chat or just lurk around, really. Either way is fine by us. And if you want to spend some credits, click on the red Imperial Credit Sun. Keeps going to the wrong option every time I do that now. There we go. We're not very expensive for some channels. Up to 1,000 to give us a boom. Anything pink plays a bit of music, a sound effect. And have a read through. Some things are quite interactive, like Clonk or Stefan's Sneaky Masterclass, Minute of Wisdom. So have a check to see what you fancy. There's something that remains for 1 credit and 1 credit only at all times. And that is, of course, I'll drink to that, as beautifully modelled by Ben. Ewan even, not Ben. Both. Where if you do it, we will indeed raise our glass and toast, and we'll all drink to that, whatever that is. That can be many different things, but we'll definitely drink to it, whatever it is. But who are we? Well, I'm in the top right-hand corner. Hello, my name is Luke. I've just put my heater on far too hot, and I'm really sweating. Oh, God. It's only been on 2 minutes. I play two characters in this game. I play Kara. She's there on the far left. She is an artist, a philosophy student. Don't hold that against her. A hacker, a carouser, the ship's trader. And then I'm also Soraya. That's second from the right. Soraya used to be a scout, so she's sort of more adept in the sort of the mechanics, the sensors, power plants, being able to fly ships, and so on and so forth. See, so that's not bad. That's not bad for a crew. That's some skills, but we don't cover all the skills. Luckily, I have someone with me that does, and his two characters do as well. That man is the man below me. He's my brother from another mother, housewife's favourite, the Floofmeister General. It is the wonderful Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm doing really well, thanks. Actually, I'm very excited. It promises to be the best weekend of the year so far, I reckon.
I think it could be. It's feeling quite
Yeah.
good. Someone quite famous is coming through Faversham tomorrow, aren't they, Ewan? You were telling
Oh,
me.
that's true. That's true. The Archbishop of Canterbury to be, I think. What was it you said? In waiting.
The Archbishop in waiting. I quite like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is walking along the A2, very much near the Baltic Star house.
Right outside the windows, in fact.
Yeah.
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 We could all lean out and wave. We'll drag Ben out of his pit of misery tomorrow morning and make
It,
him wave.
it feels a bit harsh to force the Queen of Faversham to wave at such a paltry person walking the streets.
It's a meeting of great importance between the two of them. It'd only be right for the Queen of
That
Faversham
is
to be there.
that is true. That is true.
And I'm sure the ABFC would love to look up as we pull the curtains and push the Queen of Faversham against the window in just a dressing gown to wave royally at such a religious
Surrounded, of
figurehead.
course.
Surrounded.
Indeed. Oh God. Well, as Joyce is going to be, I'm kind of looking forward to how we're going to work things out tonight, Ewan. And luckily for me, I have two characters that support and defend and protect and lead quite often in important situations. Who are those two?
Ah, well, I'm glad you mentioned them. They are two characters who are well equipped for both an evening at the hotel bar, which I believe we have in store, and a shopping trip as well, which who knows? Chances are probably. I play Stefan Miller, who is the rogue of our group, if you will. He is. I'm going to say it now. He is the most dexterous, the most athletic, and also the only person I believe who can read lips. Although Zoe, you never know.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't.
I
put it
wouldn't.
past
I
her.
wouldn't. No, exactly. I also play Agnar Arnson, who is the former army general. You reminded me nicely today. I think it was that they were made a general after they retired from the service.
Very much so.
um, which I think is almost more impressive than having achieved that rank whilst being a serving
Oh,
member of the armed forces. I'm not sure why. There's no reason behind it. I'm just trying to make myself feel better.
that's a different way of putting it. That's for sure.
Mm.
Okay.
He is possibly the weakest member of our group, but he is quite heavily armored and well equipped from his ex-service days.
Really, he certainly is. He's very well equipped, I've heard. According to the
Mostly
graffiti,
with
according to the graffiti in the Baltic Star toilet.
well, we all know who the graffiti artist is in the group.
He
It's
certainly
not.
did.
It's not. It's not a secret.
No, that is true. Uh, well, from one artist to another, he creates whole universes with just his words and his wisdom. And there is a lot of wisdom because he is the smartest man in any room. He lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, and he can often be found being carried around Faversham, sedan chair carried on the shoulders of 6 heavily oiled, topless Eastern European men. He is, of course, the Queen of Faversham. It's Ben. Good evening, Ben. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. He says, just about to stifle a cough. I'm well, thank you.
Good. I'm
Yes.
glad. I'm glad. Have your royal responsibilities taken you anywhere interesting this week?
This week has actually not been big for travel, no, because of the looming threat of unconscionably lethal disease. Various things that might have come to pass. It turns out didn't, because as you know, I do spend almost all of my time in nightclubs surrounded by teenagers. Um, it is my wont.
It's true.
But the
The number of vapes you get through on a night is legendary.
it's it's definitely my hitting zone. But the fact is, it's been mostly a quiet week actually. Not a lot of exciting stuff going on this week.
It's just building up to the excitement of tonight, I suppose.
That's right, and it is always nice to be able to look forward to a Friday evening and think, well, at least we're going to get to do this.
It is, and we're gonna make the most of it because we're sans you tomorrow, I believe.
That's right. Yes, I have an other engagement because I'm going to a movie, and then to get quite drunk. I suspect.
Oh, it sounds good. I guess someone's got to do it.
If I didn't, who would?
Exactly. Exactly. You've got a big responsibility,
Hmm.
and I'm glad you're standing up for it. But of course, before that big responsibility, you have a big responsibility tonight, and that is to lead us kicking and screaming through a beautifully crafted uh, tale.
Okay. Well, our heroes have finally made it out of the mine on Nadi. Well, most of them. They left Agnar behind to sell the story that the conditions down there were extremely dangerous, along with Shrita, reunited with her brother. They also left their former associates, List and Revik, who were independent mercenaries and couldn't be trusted to go along with the subterfuge. When I say former associates, I mean they are definitely former. They were attacked by Kara and Zoe and left with the sort of medical complications where the recommended treatment is a shovel and a moment of silence. On the way out, however, Agnar was briefed in on the terminal where the seismometers were tracked, and the refugees in the cave pointed out that there were people coming down into the mine shaft. Stefan and Zoe hid in the widening of one of the mining caves while Kara and Soraya tucked themselves into a small scrape in one wall opposite to prepare for combat if necessary. After all, Soraya has a new weapon and she literally hasn't fired it yet. When the newcomers came into view, Soraya's trigger finger must have been itching, and as for Zoe, well, to be fair, she'd killed someone like 15 minutes earlier, so she's probably good for the moment. Kara, though, used a hollow projector to find out what the three new people were up to. Their names were Salvin, Peck, and Duriel, and it turned out they were new hires to the Morven Mercs, the same outfit that had seemingly hired our heroes. They were green. Initially, that was because they were essentially untrained, having been redirected to the mine as they simply passed overhead in their shuttle. After a few moments, though, they were more green, because Kara and Stefan, who was feigning an injury, spun them a yarn of a very dangerous mine, unstable, prone to rockfalls, cave-ins, sudden death. In fairness, they weren't lying about the sudden death part. Salvin and Duriel helped carry the injured Stefan to the lift. They said that the lift itself had been unreliable and crashed back to the bottom when they tried to raise it. This was actually thanks to an EMP booby trap left there, but they, at the top of the shaft, lacked this information. Kara managed to get the lift working again, to everyone's relief, and they headed back to the surface. Up there, they were met by Carolinian and Turn, the two people who'd hired them. They were paid for their work and even got the bonus for it actually turning out to be dangerous. Their employers then seemed to give up on the mine as a thing of interest and jumped in their shuttle and left, telling Peck to fly everyone back to Pericor, the multinational island that acts as the hub of the planet Nadi. So, there are still some loose ends. Hova Marilia, a dangerous character from their last world, Dark Moon, has appeared on Nadi, and the heroes have asked a local called Ten to investigate. They might have need of visiting the main offices on Pericor for some reason or other, though maybe not, and the Baltic Star is currently being refitted by her crew with the enthusiastic help of Star Orica, a skin job friend of theirs who Kara helped to get some ID that claims she's human. It's weird, I'm sure skin job is a slur of some sort, even though it's referring to fundamentally an appliance. Anyway, everything's going brilliantly, and there's nothing to worry about. Just don't leave the planet without collecting Rose and Gerg, who are into the second day of drunkenly celebrating their shore leave at the Hotel Trinity.
Oh, yeah.
And that is where we resume the story.
At least they're keeping the bar warm for us.
Absolutely.
Putting in a good word for us, hopefully, with the locals. That's what we need.
Yeah, we want to come back and it'll be like cheers or something. Everyone will say hello as we enter.
You weren't really there long enough for that, I don't think.
No. But we can dream.
Exactly.
So, we find ourselves, obviously, Agnar is still down in the mine. There isn't necessarily much to cover there for the time being, but what we do have to cover for the time being is the trip back to Pericor. Now, Peck has jumped straight into the flight seat, and I guess you guys are all happy to just sit in the back of this slightly ropey-looking shuttle?
Before we go in, actually, Stefan will grab Kara, I think. Kara.
Yo.
Have you got a minute?
Yeah, for you, I've got several minutes.
I was thinking, how much have we got in the Baltic Star a piggy bank?
I'll be honest, Stefan.
I'm not after any for me.
I
you understand.
Some like sort of a rule was passed that I'm only allowed to share that with the top 12 most senior members of the crew. And if you remember, you dropped below CAGs quite recently in the voting.
Stefan starts counting out on his fingers all the people he can remember. Okay,
as it's you.
No, it's all right. I don't really need to know. I'm just, I was thinking, we've got a little tourism business going. we've obviously got our main trading business on the Baltic Star, which you've been doing a brilliant job of. How do you feel about setting up a little mercenary business with these three here? Do you think that could go well?
It feels like the sort of thing that you would need a whole different rule book for.
Well, I mean, we're no experts, but it would diversify our business portfolio for sure.
Who are you? What have you done with Stefan?
Tourism, trading, mercenary work.
What's that actually poisonous gas in there that you've been breathing in?
It's the three main revenue income sources for the Baltic Star. It's just a thought. It's not a good one. I'm sure there are many issues, and to be honest, these three are a little. They could probably do with a lot of guidance. But it would. I just thought if we do that, it helps out other people on the planet. If we can find them, non-dangerous or as the most minimal danger level mercenary work that we can possibly find. A little bit of competition for the people that are, clearly not doing such a great job, and could potentially give a little bit of income to people here. You're right. What has become of me?
I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. We send them off to rescue the galaxy's cats from trees and help Girl Scouts jamborees and things like that.
Deliver some parcels.
Oh, deliver some parcels. Oh, you see what's like a delivery service.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not just a delivery service, but we'll tell them it's mercenary work, and they'll feel good about themselves, and then we'll find them as safer work as we can. A bit of everything,
Salvin, how much are you guys getting paid generally? Have they told you?
Well, we get a base salary, and then we get more when we're on deployment, and obviously we get all of our living expenses covered. They feed us, they house us, that kind of thing. The amount for the bonus would depend, I think, on the job.
Yeah.
But the base salary that we have been offered for entry level is 2,000 a month.
2,000 per month. Okay. Interesting.
Well, roughly. Oh no, please.
No. What sort of living conditions have you got so far? What have you been shown?
Well, after we were recruited, we were sent off to an island on Nadi to get our equipment and to do some evaluations. And following the evaluations, it turned out that none of us were going to get a promotion, because sometimes they promote you to like a junior NCO or something if they think you're really, really good. Anyway, none of us are. So so that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah.
Follow up question. What's considered a reasonable amount to live here? Food and lodgings. How much would that set you back? Just to compare it to how much you're getting paid, I suppose.
Well, if you were earning 2,000 every month reliably here, you'd be doing okay. Not rolling in money, you understand, but it would be all right. A lot of the farmers, a lot of the sort of service workers and things like that, they would struggle to make that kind of money reliably.
Stefan, what do you reckon? We've got the space on the Baltic Star. What if we try and keep? We've got some of these coming with us anyway. What if we keep open for like 8 or 10 people to sort of follow us along as like when we make Planetfall, we can send them out for extra work. If there's anything going. If we're around on a planet for a week, we've got a little squad, a little posse. So they're kind of working like that, but more like Baltic Star connected. Pay them
those
their
planets.
dues.
Well, we have far too much to do and not enough time to do. Yeah, that happens quite often, to be fair.
It does, if
It would free up time for us to negotiate supplies for the ship that's following us, which would be quite ideal.
Do our shopping.
We could split any income with them, obviously.
Well, we could
give them
that
give them
2,000 a
their own-
month, 2,000 a month, a bonus if they do something, and they can live on the Baltic Star.
I was thinking that we'd give them room and board. We might find some jobs for them. They can find some jobs for themselves, and they can pay us back for room and board and keep the rest of the income. Just like to encourage them to go out and find more work and do a good job. But
make a little mess somewhere for them.
There's mess everywhere on the Baltic Star.
That's because of the side of the ship you live on. It's
mostly
pristine on my side.
Well, yeah, that is true. Actually, things are cleaner on your side.
That's true.
I think there's options. Have we got space? Have we actually legitimately got space?
We have. Hang on. Let me look. I bought.
Okay.
With me,
I trust you. It's fine.
No, it's all right. I bought with me a map of the ship. You know what I'm like.
Mm.
Hang on a sec. There's so if we look now, there's where our crew are. So you've got me, you've got Rose, you've got Zoe, you've got Freya, you've got guys in the middle, you've got you and Soraya, Agnar, the medbay. A bit of moving around. We can double them up in there. You can have 2 in a room, so you could easily look between Soraya and Agnar, for example. You could house 10 people.
That is very true. That is very no. I kind of like it. I could be like a special deployment team.
Yeah,
we'd have to give them a cool name so that they feel good about themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Like something like the Yay team.
I like it. And do you know what? Because obviously we're not going to promote one of them and leave the rest of them. We like to decide things as a collective, right? So we can just say that they've all got a promotion. And we feel extra good about themselves because we've analysed them and we appreciate the help that they gave to us.
That's nice.
And we can give them a fancy sounding rank and well, it's not nice. I'm telling them they've got a promotion, but they haven't actually.
So a fake promotion with an over the top name made up kind of like when you were the Lord of Brunch.
No, that was a real thing. I gave speeches. I had a headdress.
You did.
It was that was an actual thing. It just
okay.
I think it happens.
My
the cult
mistake.
Doesn't exist anymore.
And it was a great honour.
It was indeed.
I did listen to the words from
But
your mouth.
yeah, I suppose if you're going to compare it to something, it would be similar to that in its nature.
Well, look, if they'll agree to come for a drink anyway, and maybe I can drop Agnar an email. Now that we're probably too far away for good comms, maybe you could start putting word out if anyone might consider wanting to be part of that with us. We can always find out, can't we? Can't hurt. The Baltic Kink's doing okay, and if they're going to bring in a little bit of money as well from jobs, then yeah.
Are you saying we need to have a crew meeting before we?
Oh, we always need crew meetings. You know what I am. We'll get a nice presentation. I'll dust off the old PowerPoint.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll type up a business plan and I'll put it in the group chat and I'll stick a poll in there and we'll see what people say.
Yeah, you do that.
Would that make you happy?
Yeah. It can't be that bad.
Okay. And that's Stefan's plans, I suppose, for the flight back.
Oh, what plans? Shenanigans. Yeah, I'm happy to just leave it there for the time being.
Cool.
Okay. Then, if you clamber aboard, the shuttle is. It's not exactly brand new, and in a couple of places there are little notes attached to various lockers and things like that, indicating that the contents shouldn't be trusted, that whatever is in there is unserviceable. And nobody seems to have cared that much. They just get on with it. With the door shut, which has a bit of a creak and rattle to it as it closes, Peck happily, fires up the drive, and sure enough, they the little thing lifts off without too much trouble, and she turns it west towards Pericor. You've got a few hours worth of flight, so if you do want to talk to the mercs, you have plenty of time to do that. And I don't know if someone wants to sit in the other cockpit seat up at the front. It's just all one space. There's no subdivision of the compartment.
By very nature, Sarai will jump in there.
Okay.
So it doesn't take...
That makes perfect sense.
And you can see that Peck is not the pilot that you are, but she's capable enough, and she seems to be taking it seriously, focusing on what she's doing. Not you've seen people who treat flying as if it's a right, not a privilege, and who would happily get drunk or whatever while doing it. She seems to be taking it seriously.
Sarai sees one of those every morning when she looks in the mirror.
Whoa, what one that takes it seriously?
No.
Only if Cags has snuck into a room and she looks over her shoulder at the mirror. Yeah,
So creepy.
not you again.
Wonderful. Stefan will take that time to put together everything that him and Kara spoke about and fire it over to the group in the group chat.
Okay.
He'll also take a moment to send Kara a private message and just say, alternative plan. We're going drinking tonight. We could Shanghai them.
The old Shanghai. Wake up in the sauna. Classic. Wake up with Cags leaning over them.
Oh, in the sauna.
This hungover and sweaty. Oh,
not good. Not a good move.
Okay. Well, as the trip goes on, unless you want to interrupt them or anything, I will just relate what happens. The flight is pretty uneventful, and the only thing you notice is right towards the end, as you're coming up towards Pericor. You can see things that you're not exactly local, but you're fairly familiar with the downport and the main landing area. And the shuttle isn't going there. Peck is steering it towards the outskirts of the city rather than the middle of it, where the downport is.
Can we see the Baltic Star from up here?
Yes. I mean, in the distance, but yes.
We rarely get to see her from this angle.
Oh, she's a beauty, isn't she?
She is, and Stefan will point it out. That's our ship over there. You see the beautiful looking one.
Everyone sort of nods politely.
Come on.
Good.
People in glass houses can't exactly throw stones here.
No, this is
In fact, I wouldn't throw a stone on this
I mean,
ship.
you're not wrong. The Baltic
I
Star
can't even
is
see
a
the hole.
perfectly nice-looking ship, but from the outside, she looks an awful lot like a subsidized liner, and
Subsidised
melts into
liner,
a lot.
The cross-channel ferry of all ships.
You know, this is not. It's not like some racing yacht or something that you've got.
Oh,
It's a relatively routine ship. Yes,
No,
if
but
you walk
Stefan's
around
proud.
inside, it does look a bit modified, but outside, that's not intrinsically obvious.
Mostly modified with holes that aren't supposed to be there.
Yes, additional ventilation.
Cara will squint through. She'll sort of hold a camera up and sort of zoom it in as far as it'll go. Is that Cags like sunbathing on the roof?
I think he's just.
totally naked, Stefan.
I think he's just passed out.
I guess it's late enough in the day.
And as you watch, unless you want to interrupt or anything,
I'm not watching Cags.
Describe the scene for us.
Peck makes a sort of a couple of final turns and begins to steer the shuttle down into an open, dusty, rocky area between some very inexpensive looking prefab structures right on the edge of the city. And based on the color scheme, because obviously the colors are themed around this city, it's in a northern part of the city. It's green and white flags and banners and everything, and quite a lot of people like paint their buildings in their assigned national color.
Hang their little flags from lampposts.
That kind of thing, yeah. So you will see you're definitely landing on the edge of the northern side of the city.
Oh, so can we attempt the three of you to come back for a drink?
Oh, definitely.
Fantastic. Well, we're staying in Morven, so I doubt we're that far away, are we, Stefan? You've travelled around this part of town more than me.
I have indeed. I'm an expert. No, it's very close. It's very close.
Wonderful. I wonder how Rose and Gerg are doing.
What time is it?
Well, we got in the mine early, like sort of not 8 when we took off, so just before lunch, I guess, and we're in there for a while. Then it's been a few more hours. I don't know. Drink o'clock.
It's going to be evening, but not late.
Yeah. Right, it's perfect.
No, it's definitely drink o'clock, and I'm sure they're well settled in and enjoying themselves right about now.
Oh, let's go back. Let's introduce our new friends to our old friends.
Our existing friends.
Our existing friends. Our ongoing friends.
So, you're actually pretty close to the Trinity.
Not the way Stefan's taking them. No, I'm joking.
Geographically, the hotel is actually closer to this little dirt area you've landed on than it is to the downport. So it's only going to be about 10 minutes walk, I would guess. What you're seeing here is pretty rudimentary kind of buildings this side of the city. I mean, none of the city is exactly elegant, but out here it's a lot of storage, a lot of warehouses, a lot of functional but not particularly interesting things. And where you pass places which are obviously intended for people, they're like barracks buildings rather than individual properties. The ground is fine. It's reasonably well looked after, but nothing here looks remotely elegant. And as you get closer towards the hotel, things do start to look up a bit. They're a little bit more individual. but they're still, the buildings are all pretty much one story, occasionally two. The the quality of construction is pretty mediocre, and there's an awful lot of identical buildings next to each other in a row. Um, Even in the nicer parts, it's pretty bleak as anything individual. But you get around the final corner, and the Trinity is in front of you.
Can Stefan just ask the our new friends very quickly? Is this like Morvan Mercs territory? Did we just walk past any of their buildings? Is that one of their docking landing pads?
The place we just landed, yeah, it's in the middle of some of the Mercs, like personnel quarters.
So it's not an official space, but there's enough of them around that you can park there.
Yeah, pretty much. We When we were flown out for our sort of training and everything, they flew us out from there and told us that that's where the shuttle goes back when we take it back again.
Yeah, wonderful. Cool. Well, thanks. We're learning things. We're learning things about the planet each day.
We certainly are. In fact, I forgot to think about vibes until this point, Stefan. How are you feeling vibe wise now we're back in this by so close to a drink near the hotel?
Well, I'm in two minds. It's obviously been quite a difficult day. What with the loss and all, but I will say, having made some new friends and made it out of there alive, I'm feeling pretty good about the vibes.
Good, glad. Going pretty.
But,
What? The chill vibes? Fair vibes?
I would argue that we're on the lower end of chill vibes.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah,
For sure. We're about to go to a bar, hook up with our old friends. We've made some new ones. Any day that you can make it back to the bar at the end of is a good day.
Beautiful. I like your thinking. Now let's go and introduce our new friends to quite a nice bar.
Let's. What do you normally drink? What's good on planet, I suppose.
Don't fall for that notato stuff again.
No, I know.
It's horrible.
Just trying to be polite.
What's on planet is, notato spirit or lawn juice, really.
Any preference?
Well, you can mix them together, but I wouldn't recommend it.
If I remember correctly, the last time we went, the best thing was lager.
They can do a lager. It does taste a little bit of lorm.
A bit lormy. Oh.
It's a little bit more lormy than you're probably used to, but it's okay. Yeah. And if you don't like the taste of lorm that much, you can always throw a shot of notato spirit in it, and then, well, that's slightly worse because it now tastes of notato, but it doesn't taste as much of lorm anymore.
Is there a name for when you mix the two together? It feels like there should be some kind of witty name, but
it's called a mistake.
That's good. I like it.
Maybe we can introduce our friend to a good mimosa, perhaps.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I like it. If you added an extra notato, would it be a no mistake? 2 parts notato to 1 part lorm.
Well, if you remember, there are 7 blocks in a row at the front of the Trinity, and then behind them another 7 in an identical row. The The one in the middle of the front row is the reception area.
That's right.
There is a sort of domed garden behind it,
Yep.
which you can walk through from the middle of that straight through to the lounge and bar area that's immediately in the second row behind it.
Am I right in thinking there's a pool as well, right?
There is
Oh,
the
there
back
is.
With
row
an
at
upstairs.
the extreme left.
Yeah, with like a little upstairs mezzanine bar type.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's an actual restaurant at the exact opposite end of that back row.
Oh, we never went to the restaurant.
That's true. That's true.
Bar snacks are good enough.
They always are.
How many nights have I not eaten and just relied on a bar snack?
Packet after packet of cheesy balls.
So Soraya runs ahead at this point into the bar and straight up to the bar to make a wild and excited order for a group of friends looking for Gerg and Rose as she enters. It's time for a good timming.
Okay, well, there is indeed a Tim.
Tim! Oh my, it's so good to see you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Can I get you something?
You certainly can, Tim. You certainly can. Could we please have it says 4 could we get for a dozen lagers?
Okay.
A dozen mimosas.
A dozen mimosas. Okay.
And I want a special drink, any spirit, and in that, can I have 4 shots of lawn juice and a shot of notato. I'm calling it the forlorn nope.
Oh, that is good.
Okay. So a dozen lagers.
Yes, please.
A dozen mimosas.
Yes, please.
And a forlorn nope.
Forlorn nope. That's
4 of them, did you say? No, just 1.
That's 16. That's 16 lawn. And if you've got any cheesy balls or anything snack-like, that would be magical.
I'll see what I can dig up. And he starts pulling pints and things because that's going to take him a while to put together.
Okay. We'll be over. She sort of looks around for a booth somewhere. We'll be over there.
It's there's plenty of room, though there are other people in this bar, and most of them seem to be watching what's clearly a sportscast, but not of actual sport yet. But it's building up to a game.
Yeah. I guess we're all looking quite murky at the minute, aren't we?
Yes, yes. And I assume you're wearing your red and white flashes?
Yeah. I think it's illegal not to.
Indeed. Your 3 new friends are all wearing black and white ones.
Oh. So they seem comfortable in here, though?
Yeah, reasonably. It's... So far, nobody's, raised an eyebrow, but then they're coming in with guests and having a drink.
Yeah, that is true. No problems. And people of different races do enter from time to time.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, the fact is that you are allowed to mingle freely on Pericor. That's the point of it. It is a free city in that sense. It's just that people tend to congregate with their compatriots. It's not a rule that you have to.
No. Come on, guys, shuffle in. I've ordered the drinks already. Let's let's settle in and enjoy a bit of time together post mission. We'll drink to some fallen comrades and to future hopes and dreams.
Hmm. Yes, they happily sit down and wait. Your unusual cocktail is presented first with a certain degree of ceremony, as the person hands it over and says, "This is a lorm juice and notato," and slides it carefully across, but explicitly 4 shots of lorm and 1 of notato spirit, as you requested.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it. He does look a little bit down.
Don't worry, it's not to enjoy. It's purely ceremonial.
Stefan leans over and says, "That was quite some ceremony."
Sora takes it with 2 hands and sort of holds it up as if she's holding sort of, I don't know, some sort of chalice in front of her. She says, "As is tradition, we shall drink to the mission just gone and to our future successes." And she takes a very, very, very small sip before passing it on to Stefan, who's next to her.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, thanks. He'll bow his head to it, swirl it around a couple of times, and take a gentle sip and pass it along.
Stefan, remember what you always say when you take such a drink. Your traditional piece that you say.
My tradition. Of course. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I was injured. Did you? You saw I was injured.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Here's to this drink and to many more drinks whilst we survive the missions.
It's so much better in the original language.
That's right. Oh well, no, of course it is. But for our uninitiated friends, perhaps the next time I'll do it in the traditional language.
Well, the rest of the drinks are delivered in a couple of trips, because it's quite a few drinks, and spread out across the table for everybody.
How much would you like me to pay, Ben?
Right, this will be that will be 110, please.
Okay. I can afford it because Agnar helped pay for my big hand cannon. Stefan did, so that's nice.
I mean, it is quite a lot of drinks, put it that way.
Exactly.
It is indeed. One of them's for sharing.
Exactly.
Mm. Yes, indeed. And as you are, settling in, the door opens and 2 more familiar people enter. Gerg is strides in. Rose is riding him piggyback. They're both grinning like idiots, and she is pointing her finger straight towards the bar, and saying, "Just that way, just a little bit closer, Get me within reach of the bar." They both have wet hair and have probably been in the pool. And this may not be their first drink of the evening.
Stefan,
Cara pokes Stefan to say,
let's hope they're not ordering 2 more of whatever it is that is, and he'll point at the drink that's being passed around.
I tell you what, why don't I go up there, Stefan, and
warn them?
And Cara slides out and heads over to the bar. Ah, Rose. Good. raining outside.
They both glance up and say, "You're back."
Yeah, we couldn't leave you alone forever. You'd be having too much fun.
Well, you need drinks.
That, yeah. We need some whatever you can order. Really, just look. We're over here. Look at the drinks on the table. There's a few of us, so add them to the pile. She sort of leans in a bit to them, hoping they kind of understand her a little bit here. She says,
Yeah.
she says,
Rose waves at Tim,
yeah.
and he comes over. She hasn't got down from Gurg yet, and she sort of points at Tim and says, "Right, we need 2 beers and a wine." And the guy grins and pours a couple of beers, slides them across the bar, and then he says, "Why don't you guys tip better?" And she laughs very hard, and Gurg picks up the 2 glasses and carries her over to the table.
Ah, so as they're walking over, Cara wants to lean in on them and says, "Look, we've got 3 people. They're new. As far as they're concerned, um, Agnar and our new friend died in the caves. They haven't died. They're alive, but just play along with it, okay? For now."
Wait, who died?
Ah, theoretically, he didn't Agnar, but he didn't really. It's all part of a greater plan, okay? Just
Okay, so nobody's died.
no one's died, but as far as they're concerned, Agnar's dead.
Okay.
But he's not dead. Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay.
You're just at a funny angle because I'm up here.
Oh god. Okay, good. Right. Yes. Well, as good as possible. Okay, go on then. Slide yourself in.
Gurg plants the 2 drinks down and then effectively backs up into a chair to drop Rose into it, and then finds one for himself. And Rose immediately leans forward to look at the 3 newcomers and says, "Wow, you're not dressed for partying at all." And after a moment, Salvin sort of nods and says, "I think technically we're still at work." And then takes a long drink of his beer, puts it back down again. But I don't really know the protocol.
Well, how would you like to? Sarah, is it Sarah that was talking about it? No, it's Cara that was talking with Stefan. Cara winks at Stefan and looks at 3 of them. How would you like it if you could always drink on duty?
I think Duriel, who's the sort of, he's a slightly tougher looking specimen, slightly more physical looking. He takes a long look at the beer in his hand and he says, "I suppose it would depend what the drink was."
Definitely none of this, Stefan will say.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a much better way to earn a living than, dying on some asteroid or something.
Well, now you've. Sorry to break. So let's keep drinking while we chat. We want to keep the mood cheering. Stefan and I
Chill
were having
vibes, chill
actually,
vibes.
chill vibes. Yeah, chill vibes only. It's official chill vibes. Raise the glass, Stefan. To chill vibes.
Chill
Company
vibes.
policy. Chill vibes.
Chill vibes company policy. That's it. Oh, they'll learn, Stefan. They'll learn. Tell our friends as well. So you guys have joined more than Mercs. Are you happy with that decision? Are you regretting that decision? Was it a decision made through necessity? What's the current feeling as we sit here, just spilling the yarns
And the drinks.
and the drink? What? I thought I wet myself.
Sorry. No, it was
Can
me.
you please roll for me a persuade with social?
Oh yes, please.
Mm.
Oh think so. That's
Is this one of those hidden skills that you don't often use, but actually is pretty good for you?
I've got really good persuade. Yeah,
Oh, I love
persuade.
it when that happens.
Persuade and carouse. I'm in my wheelhouse. If I have to hack something right now, oh, I tell you what.
I know. I always remember carouse, but never persuade.
Yeah, my persuade. I
To,
filled
to
that
be
up
fair,
right
I
up.
mean, if you wanted to use carouse instead of persuade, I would let you do that for this one.
They're equally good,
It's
to be honest.
an
Since
appropriate
it's a social setting,
situation. Yeah.
They're both twos for me,
Nice.
so all is good. 7 plus 3 is 10.
Okay. The three will sort of glance at each other, and then Peck shrugs and says, "Well, I think it's the same story for all of us, really. I've known Rumble for a while. Happy we met just a few days ago. But the truth is, there isn't a lot of work, there isn't a lot of money, and even if you're born and bred on Nadi like us, you sort of tend to think there's got to be somewhere better."
Rumble and happy. She starts looking around for dwarves.
You get an official nickname when you join the Mercs, and well, a few days ago, Duriel had a bit of a bruise on his face from a bit of a fight. So they said he could go by Rumble. And Salvin was allegedly the most miserable looking person they'd ever met. So they called him Happy.
I like it. So, Rumble Duriel.
And Happy Salvin.
And you? She sort of looks at Duriel as she says that.
Duriel folds his arms and has a little grin. Said, "The very first test we had to pass was this little endurance course. And I think she was about 8 seconds into it when she fell over and hit her arm on an obstacle. The first thing she said that any of them could hear was, 'That's going to leave a bruise.' So she's Peach."
Peach Peck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good name. Well, my name's Cara. This is, she points at Stefan. This is Maurice. Zoe. Soraya's over there balancing glasses on the top of her head for some reason. This is Gerg, this gentleman with the wet hair, and Rose. Rose works on our ship as she looks after all of us. She serves drinks, she prepares food, she makes sure life is good for us. And Gerg's our doctor. And,
They look at him a bit sort of askance. "Your doctor?"
Dr.
Yeah.
Gerg.
oh,
That checks out.
Dr. Gerg, exactly.
Yes. Yes, he sort of grins and smiles. "Yes, medical profession. Very serious thing. I do it seriously."
And well, Stefan and I were having a chat, weren't we, Stefan, a bit earlier?
Which one?
Oh, you came up with a whole business plan over the space of 3 hours, my friend.
No, well, yeah, yes, indeed, yes.
Have you looked at the poll since you posted it?
No.
Right.
I'll be honest. I was quite nervous about the business plan. I didn't really want to read anything that anyone had to say about it. I thought I'd leave that to you.
Well, there's good news and bad news, I'm afraid.
What's the what? I don't even know which one I want first. What's the good news?
The good news is that it will copy across really nicely onto a long PowerPoint.
I designed it with such a thing in mind. Naturally.
The bad news is that.
No, I didn't ask for the bad news.
Okay.
Okay, what is that?
No, you didn't ask for it. I don't want to force you into it. You're a positive man. I don't want to break
Well,
your
the
vibes.
vibes are good at the minute.
Yeah.
I tell you what, leave me a voicemail later on tonight.
Will
And
do.
I'll check it in the morning.
For when you're
The
morose
vibes are
and
going to be bad in
hungover.
the morning anyway.
Oh, God.
So
Are they ever?
why not pile it all on at once? Is that all right?
The state of your bathroom's going to be terrible tomorrow.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thanks,
We'll leave it as a
thanks,
little
Barry.
treat.
You're the best.
Yeah, you're the best.
That's true.
Well, shall we? I'll tell you what. Let's have another round of drinks, and then we'll chat a little bit more. Let's get all nicely lubricated. Chat is always done best after a few drinks, I feel. Tim, another dozen of both and another forlorn. No, please. We seem to have finished it somehow.
Okay. He he does indeed set off, and over the next couple of minutes comes back with more drinks and spreads them out around the table. If you want the forlorn note to be empty at this point, the first one, then you understand it's not going to be a big drinking event for the three guests, nor Zoe's not going to touch any of it.
No, I don't blame her. We'll feed it to Gerg. He seems to be the man for the mission.
Let's feed it to the people who already came in carrying each other on their backs after having a dip in the pool.
It'll go down smoother for them.
Good plan.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. I'm not looking forward to their morning either. At least we don't have to role play their heads.
That's true. We might have to carry them back though.
Yeah, we've lost our weakest member at least.
That's very true. Couldn't have been a better choice to leave him behind.
By the time the second round is coming, you can see that the pitch is beginning to set up for the match on the big screens, and the bar area is getting significantly busier. People are filtering in from all over the hotel and finding themselves places where they can watch the game. But obviously, you don't have to pay attention to it if you don't want to. It isn't like a rowdy crowd. It isn't going to be particularly noisy, but you will occasionally hear a little gasp or a little smattering of applause or something during the game, I'm sure. But as this is setting up and the bar is getting busier and more drinks are being ordered, you're seeing Tim come back and forth quite a lot now, serving drinks at various tables. And he decides, as it gets busier, to sort of just call out as a general announcement, right, can't do table service with this many people in here. Come and fetch what you need at the bar. And then he walks over and takes station behind the bar, as a little queue of people do turn up and do that.
Let's keep grabbing the drinks, bringing them over. Are our friends drinking along? Are they quite happy, Ben? On your friends?
They seem to be, yes. They seem to be quite relaxed. All three of them are glancing at the screen every now and then and glancing around at the crowd. It's becoming pretty obvious that the players on the pitch that are coming out on the screens are Morven and Dacinti. So these three are wearing the stripes of the opposition team
The
in
away
this
team,
bar.
yeah. I was going to ask. Okay.
And I mean, nobody's giving them any trouble, you understand, but they're looking just a little bit uncomfortable, like they're sitting in enemy territory.
What are the teams? Did last time we saw it, was there an A and a B, or an A, a B, and a?
This is a top tier
Oh,
game, and so this is arguably one of the biggest matches that you're likely to be able to see.
wow.
But also could also mean there's a little bit more investment in it from the crowd.
A little bit,
potentially.
perhaps. And
Okay.
and this one, which I mean, if you've sort of paid any attention to what your crew have been telling you about the games and the bits that you've seen before, Morven would be pretty heavily favoured in this game. They would be strong favourites.
A good A team this year.
Yes.
Nice. I see, my friends, I see your team's up tonight.
Yeah. Yes. Going to be a tough one for them, though.
It's true. It's true. The word is that Morven have got a good A team this year.
Yeah. That's what they tell us.
How would you like to be part of a winning team every day?
Oh well, I don't think there's any team that wins all the time.
Well, you say that. Yet here we are.
Yet here we are.
Mm-hmm.
My colleague and I were chatting. My colleague here, on the way back. When the reason why we were asking about your pay and so on wasn't just out of kindness, although Stefan, we were being quite kind, weren't we?
Either's fine. Nicknames. I'll say
Yeah.
to the rest of them. Well, we do try and generally be quite kind to people. There was a degree of making conversation, I suppose, but there was an alternative, an ulterior motive. We must be honest, I suppose.
So we travel from planet to planet.
You might say we're travellers.
You might say travel. We drop in, help people out, and then jump on, hoping that each leap will take us where we need to go. I know that every time Stefan looks in the mirror, he definitely says, "Oh boy," especially after heavy nights drinking.
So sometimes it's hard to recognise the person staring back at me. I'll be honest. Could be anyone.
It's true. But
less about that.
Yes, we're looking at so we're on that subsidised line, as you saw. We've got many rooms, and we travel across many planets. We're kind of on a bigger mission at the minute. We've been sent out ahead of a major expedition to scope out different planets, to check that things are okay, that they can be used for fuel and food by the following ships. So it's an awfully big adventure that could take a long time, you know. And thing is, for us, weeks feel like years, don't they? Sometimes, Stefan.
They do. Certainly, months definitely feel like years.
and it's just all the fun we're having and all the adventures we have, and every planet's different, and it's quite thrilling. And we were just wondering, like all this talk of mercenaries and that. We were thinking about setting up our own group on the Baltic Star, like a posse, as it were, like a team that we could take with us that could indulge in all the delights of the Baltic Star. We have a bar, we have a quiz night, we have two toasted sandwich makers.
Mm. Two saunas?
Oh, two saunas. The sandwich makers aren't in the saunas. That'd be dangerous.
No, that would be. That would be. Generally speaking, Rose comes up with some wonderfully new inventive toasted sandwich recipes.
That's true. That's
I
true.
I feel it's worth mentioning, I suppose, that quite often on planets there'll be many a fun thing that we wish we could do, or a person that we wish we could help, but we just don't have the time.
Mm,
Uh, I'm sure you can appreciate each world is quite large, and there's a lot going on, generally speaking, all over the place. And if
Don't
we
have a
could
lot of
offer help,
off-world experience, but I'll take your word for it.
it's very much the same as here, generally speaking.
That's
And
depressing.
in the scale of scope, I suppose, if you will, for such a select
oh,
small group of people.
imagine if the next planet has another Earth park. Oh,
Mm. Oh, those were the days.
we do have some wonderful planets we go to, haven't we? The safaris.
Indeed,
Oh,
indeed.
so exciting. Um, but yes, as my friend's saying, as we travel, it's a beautiful thing, and there's so much work to do, and we're just a select few people, and we're wondering for you guys if you would be willing to break your contract and be at the forefront of our new our Baltic Star Posse, the Yay team. It's a
We
working
have a cat.
title. We have a cat. Exactly. We've got cabins. Look, I've got a little map here. Look. Right, here's the cabin. These ones maybe there's a whole run of them down here at the bottom, next to Stefan and Soraya there. Potentially. We got a science lab. We got a med bay. We've got that bar at the front.
Maybe one step at a time. We could give them the tour if they were
Oh,
interested.
that's excited. Yeah. And
We could explain the different sides of the ships, but we don't want to overwhelm
no, it's a
with
lot.
too much
But
nonsense.
but you definitely get like your bed and board. There's food and drink and alcohol on the like I say, there's quiz nights. There's presentation nights.
Mm?
There's
I,
open mic. We've just started, haven't we?
we have, yes we have. I can personally guarantee that there is currently not a single bottle of no tato nor lawn on the ship.
Soraya shows in the pocket that she stashed a bottle of lawn to take back
Currently.
They all sort of put their drinks down as they listen, like they're taking it seriously. What you're saying. Can you roll a persuade for me, please, with social?
Okay. Are we
How bad
both
is
doing
no
this?
tato? Do we get booed?
Yeah. Did you sell it that well?
Well, let's just say there are things that are helping you and things that might be hindering you in this one.
Indeed.
Oh.
Indeed.
Is it the cat? Are they allergic?
They would have some resistance they'd have to overcome in order to do this. So
Sure.
you've pitched a good pitch, but it's not necessarily a slam dunk.
Okay, well, let's see if we can slam dunk it. You've got some pluses going on here. That's good. That's a good roll, though. That is a 10 plus a 3 is a 13.
All right. So I will tell you what they say after we have our break.
Oh, what a hook to be left on.
I thought he'd forgotten the break. I was all thrilled.
It's closing in on that time.
Exactly. Right. Let's click that for the break, and let's get some music sorted. We shall be back in 5 minutes for pretty much a half an hour burst to the end, I reckon.
There or thereabouts.
So hang around. We'll be back shortly. you and you pinged across the room. When did that happen?
It's happening all the time.
All the
When you
time.
least expect it.
Yeah. If I expected it more often, I know you got to get the. I can't mess it around. Ben's now got you in above his head. It is what it is. Before we return to our usual tale of woe, it's time for the toast, the most important part of any night. And for the last few months, it's fallen upon me to lead this toast. And I've been going through the writings of our beloved former crewmate, the steward, Greyhill Bast, who joined the crew, served bravely, mostly behind the bar, and provided many wonderful nights of entertainment and service to the crew. I came across a lot of his old writings that I've been reading in the hope that maybe one day he'll be posthumously published, perhaps. And this one I found scrawled on the back of several bar mats. He had ripped the outer layer off to get to the white pulp beneath. And this one is entitled The Great Bastby. And it goes a little something like this. In my younger and more sober hours, my barman gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like doing rounds with anyone, he told me, just remember that all the drinkers at this bar haven't had the same cheap drinks that you've had. He didn't say any more, but since then I've always been unapologetically drunk in a sloshy way, and I understood that he meant a great deal more than that. In consequence, now I'm inclined to drink the finest spirits, a habit that has caused many expensive bar tabs for me, and also made my drinking mates the victim of not a few pricey nights. An interesting start to what could have been if he was still with us. Sadly, he is no more, and the only way we can remember him is by raising a glass to the late, great Greyhill Bast.
To the late, great Greyhill
Late
Bast.
great Greyhill Bast. I feel there was more to that story if you'd only had chance to finish it.
I know, there must be a lot of knowledge.
I didn't feel it was going anywhere, to be honest.
But it'd run its course.
I was intrigued though as to which side of the bar he was actually. You know, it was being told from one side of the bar. Was that his original perspective of the story? We'll never know.
Sometimes you don't always have to write from your own personal perspective. Sometimes
No. It's more
good
interesting,
yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
it's intriguing.
I find it very brazen. You questioning Greyhill this evening.
I don't know. I was after more information about the background of the story. That's all it was. It felt like there was more there to be told from the writing perspective rather than the narrative. I suppose is what I'm saying.
Sadly, unless I can find more in the shoebox, we shall never know.
To Greyhill. No.
To Greyhill.
So, with bated breath, you wait to hear what the three will say in response to your offer, and eventually, Happy says, "Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good." And the other two nod and say, "Yeah." And Peach says, "Thanks, that's great."
Perfect. This is good, Stefan. This is good.
Well, we're delighted. We're delighted that you've chosen to join us. I suppose we should say, obviously, you're welcome to jump off at any world on our travels that you feel is appropriate or you wish to do so. We're more than happy for that to happen.
It's a very open contract in that regard, isn't it? We hope that if we go to Planet and you do take on a job, we just hope that you complete it before you leave.
We'll head back to the barracks for bed tonight and tender our resignations in the morning.
Do you think they're going to take your resignations?
Well, we have to let them know.
Do you though?
I mean, I suppose technically we could just not.
I would be worried that they would not accept the resignation. Like, did you sign a contract?
Yeah. And remember, we're wearing their kit.
We can post it back to them. We've got some nice gear. We've got some skis that you can use.
I don't know what to do with those.
You will.
Sure.
Stefan?
Oh no, please do go on. I was going to go off on a tangent, and actually, this feels like quite an important thing to discuss about. I would support any decision you make.
Stefan, I'm worried because the guys underground, they clearly signed up and then realised the issues, and I'm worried that if these guys go back, they're going to be, shown some small print that says
that the underground is the only way out.
They could be told that tough. You've signed a lifetime contract. These everything we've heard, these are not a good company to work for, right?
Oh, I can appreciate that. Okay.
They don't even need to sign a contract for us. Or if they do, we can jot it down with a crayon.
Oh no, napkin contract. Is that what you're saying?
Contract. Yeah.
I hear the best napkin writer is gone, sadly.
We'll write a right one because we're going to pay them or whatever, and we're going to feed them. So we'll have to write something, but we'll have to make sure there's an out for them. Do you guys have a copy of your contracts at all? Have you got a photo of it or anything?
Electronic copy, sure.
Could I have a squint at that while we have the next round?
Yeah. Peach immediately fires a copy over to your communicator, so you can take a look at it at your leisure.
Are you any good with contracts, Cutler?
Well,
artists famously
artists are famously good with contracts.
Oh, not where I come from. Okay. And well, in that case, I trust you.
What do you have? You might have something, Stefan, being a sneaky space rogue.
No, not me, not at all.
Good at breaking contracts.
The wider team.
I do have. Well, I've got broker and deception, and I feel like between those things, that's basically a contract.
Well, I mean, there is in fact a skill in Traveller that is.
Is it admin?
Advocate.
Some kind of professional.
Advocate. Is there anyone else got advocate skills? Sarai's,
there is one who does.
Oh, but he's dead.
But he's dead. He's gone to us now.
He's gone.
He's moved on to a better place.
Sarai will be like, I'll just send this off to my legal team back on the Baltic Star and email it to Agnar. With a hey Agnar. It's email, I guess, because we can't communicate through all that stone and miles. But hey Agnar, could you check this over, see if there's anything that suggests that some new friends of ours should not go back to tender their resignation and just vanish with us. Send. Now, friends, let's drink. I've sent it to our legal team on the ship.
Okay.
Don't worry, they're not as drunk as Gerg. She points at whatever Gerg's doing right now.
So, yes, and I should point out actually, because you would probably know this, I think, that Sil Sava
Oh, she
actually
does.
has some
Of
advocate.
course.
I'll send it to Sil as well. Then there we go. With the
It's
same.
actually now a legal team and not just a legal
Oh,
person.
we've got a whole legal team.
Or
Oh,
some person
the Baltic Star
with a
legal
very
team.
vague knowledge of legal.
Salva and Arnson. Ah.
Yes, she actually has admin 2 and advocate 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
she's a legend. Oh, she's the star.
Yes, indeed.
These are areas in which she is actually competent.
Oh, it's nice to have competency on the crew.
From time to time. Don't want too much of it.
You know, if there's absolutely no alternative, then we'll try to be competent.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the last resort, but if needed.
Yeah. So, yes, another drink. And the game is now underway. And perhaps unsurprisingly, Morven is doing very well, though the scoreline is still low on both sides. And the bar is getting a bit louder, a bit more enthusiastic as people are getting into the game. And, even your three new recruits are casting a glance up at the game and seem to be a little smile on their faces every time Dacinti do something well.
Stefan will say, actually, on the back of talking about, to backtrack somewhat, I suppose, talking about timescales and bits and pieces like that, there is the odd occasion where we have to leave a world reasonably quickly. Of course, we'll communicate that. We'll add you to the group chat. It'll be fine. But if you could just bear in mind that sometimes things tend to go a little south on occasion. We'd hate to be held up, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's face it, we're traveling light.
Aren't we all? Empty out his pockets.
So, Agnar, would you like to make an advocate roll for me, please, with education?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not too bad.
Welcome to the game.
Thanks. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 9 plus a 3 for a 12.
Fantastic. You'll be delighted to know Sil actually rolled a 10 plus 3.
Oh.
So, between you do indeed notice that the contract is, let's say, it quite heavily favours the company. There are a number of ways in which this is true, but the one that's most notable is that the contract terms are a straight 20-year contract. With scales of money based on an assigned rank. And the rank with their associated money are listed. I'm not going to give you all of them, but if, for example, any of these three had been picked for that little field promotion to a corporal second class, as they call it in their ranking, that would have been worth an extra 200 a month.
Okay.
And if you were, in theory, to rise to the rank of a full colonel, which is the highest rank listed with the money, the pay scale there is between 8,000 and 10,000 a month.
Oh.
So those are listed in the contract. The contract is, however, in essence, indentured. You are, once you're signed on, you don't get to then leave. without the permission of the company. And there is a buyout clause if you choose to leave early. You can buy yourself out basically for your total salary that would be remaining to pay in the contract divided by 10.
Okay.
Oh,
So 2 times a yearly salary at this point for the newcomers. Is that right?
Yes, exactly that. So because it's right at the beginning,
well, they
to buy
2,000 a
yourself out
month.
at this stage would cost 2 years' wages.
Yeah.
So it's 24,000 a year, so it's 48,000 to buy themselves out.
Yep,
Oi, oi, oi.
yep. And that's each.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Agnar speaking, any cooling off period, or
None specified
legally
in the
speak?
contract.
No. Could he take time to look into things on the planet? I assume would be the legal
With that,
precedent.
role, definitely. The contract is under imperial law. It's written under imperial law, and the Imperium does indeed specify that you have, for any contract, a 72-hour window in which to break it. Unfortunately, that window has passed.
Oh.
I'll send a message back. Hey, Cara. I'm not sure who your new friends are, but they're
Oh, yeah.
currently serving a 20-year term of service. No, without the permission of the other party involved in the contract, there's they will have to pay out. I'll list the amounts and the terms as per the contract. Unfortunately, they're also outside of the 72-hour cooling off period for the contract at present. Hopefully, that's everything you wanted to know. Miss you.
Oh. Cara gets the email. So her focus will have been a bit more onto that as everyone around her drinks, I guess, at the time. She sends a little. She finds a gif of a sad-looking puppy or something, and sends it back to him. And then she turns to our new friends, I suppose, after sort of showing Stefan and sort of like running her finger under a few of the important phrases, so that he knows he's up to date on it. And that says, our legal team on the Baltic Star have looked at your contracts. I don't know if the three of you did at all.
Not in a lot of detail.
Do you know how long you've signed up to the company for?
20.
Yeah. Do you know how you get out of it?
Well, apparently we can buy ourselves out if we want to.
Do you know how much that's going to cost you?
No, didn't do the maths.
48,000 each.
Credits. Don't have that kind of money.
That was the next question.
Who does? Stefan will say.
Now the good news is that according to Imperium law, you have a certain period of a window that you can break your contract.
Oh, good.
72 hours.
Ah.
Funnily enough, Stefan, I'm going to chip in. Probably just before you finished your basic training.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I think probably just before we started it, actually.
That'll be even better. Well, for them. Sorry.
It it was a few days after we signed up before we were actually flown out there.
I mean, that's what I'd do, and I'm morally questionable at times. Not with my friends, obviously.
That's fine. So, I think if you went back to the barracks, what do you think they would say if you went there to try and tender your resignation?
I'm getting the feeling they would probably ask for 48,000 credits.
And if you didn't have 48,000, what do you think they would? How do you think they would react?
They would probably say we can't leave.
Uh, do you want to come and fly away with us?
Sounding better and better, actually.
Oh, see, Steph,
That'll
we
be
didn't need to
40,000
Shanghai.
credits each, please. No, I'm joking. We wouldn't do that to. We wouldn't do that to anyone, actually, would we? No.
No. Well, I don't know. You took half our pay when we joined up at the start of the Baltic Star.
Well, yeah, but we were going to be friends at the time.
Oh God.
All right. So I guess we don't go back to the barracks tonight.
Will they call you out as AWOL though? What's the process? Do you know?
I don't know, actually. I assume they'll notice we're not reporting in. So maybe. It seems a bit less formal than that at this stage. We haven't really been assigned to a commanding officer or anything, so I don't know what that might mean. But yeah, they probably will notice if we don't report back in.
When were they expecting you at your next place?
Well, we were going to spend just a few days in the barracks here, and then go off world for proper training and unit assignment, and I guess our first deployment.
Do you roll call at the barracks?
There's an electronic check-in when you come and go, and if you're there when the morning comes, there's kind of a parade.
What happens if
I suppose
people aren't there?
You could still be in the mine for a period of time.
Possible, isn't it?
I'm just trying to decide whether, if you want to, we could get you back to the ship tonight to avoid any sort of don't let these people off through the port, through the docking. It's a tough call.
We want to leave quite soon anyway, don't we? We need to get the Baltic Star up and out anyway. So we were going to try and get back to the mines, weren't we? Try and get the Baltic Star over to the mines in the night
But
or
once
in the
we're on
morning
the ship,
anyway.
there'll be no checks. I see. We'll be all right.
If we went through any of the main terminal buildings at the downport, obviously we'd be identified, we'd be scanned.
So do we need to get if they get back to the ship, and then we can get the Baltic Star to meet them outside of the city somewhere?
If they get back,
we could always go and take the shuttle.
Yeah.
Fly it straight to the downport and abandon it there.
That's doable. Yeah. Then just land. Yeah. That makes some sense. If they keep it low, they won't get orbital requests or anything like that, like we had.
The only hiccup. No, actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I was going to say the only hiccup is if anyone's seen it land tonight and then be gone in the morning, and they know that that's the one that you took. But
the only hiccup is that they are very drunk.
They are very drunk.
Like, what if we get Soraya to fly them over? She's been drinking, but at least she's a better pilot. No offense. No, Peach.
Peachy.
No offense, Peachy.
Okay, let's do that then. Yeah. All right. So we walk back to the barracks. We go in while it's nice and quiet tonight.
Yeah,
We take the shuttle.
yeah,
We fly it to the downport. We abandon it there with all of our kit inside it,
yeah.
and then go and hide on the Baltic Star.
If you sign in, are you going to sign in tonight? If you sign in tonight, does that buy you any extra time? Does that buy you less time because you've checked in as being back?
Like as you walk through the base, basically, isn't it? It pings, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think that would necessarily make any difference. I mean, the fact is, they're going to find the shuttle pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily going to know which ship we're on.
It's true. And if
So-
Baltic Star's getting out early morning to the mines. To the mines. They're on board. We can tell them the truth. We can tell them our plans.
They're going to notice a lot of people getting on board.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to become clear.
It's very clear. Your mission, if you choose to accept.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, hmm.
Yeah, we can get the Baltic Star up and out very early morning, can't we?
How long does it take you to fly out to the mines?
On a shuttle, 3 hours. The Baltic Star ain't gonna take that long.
No, the Baltic Star can do it quicker.
Stefan will look at his watch and he'll be like, if we were to drop off there, what time are we getting them in the morning, Cara?
Right. Are we all just gonna head back tonight anyway and just bid a sad farewell to this hotel that once again we've paid for too many nights to sleep in?
We haven't.
So much wasted time. So much wasted time.
All I was thinking is if you could fly out to somewhere outside of the mines and walk it in and time it so that you're, say, an hour and a half, you're there ahead of us. Just because then it puts off the location of them tracking the shuttle slightly. Because you're going to be there in 3 hours. We're going to head back and head over in the morning.
But you've actually told them that you've got people in the mines now, have you?
I guess they might have heard us mumbling and rumbling, I suppose. If we're being fair, if we're being
Because
honest.
what they could do is steal the shuttle and fly it back to the mine.
But is that
Park
what you
it
were just
out of sight in the mine shaft, in the tunnel.
Because then it wouldn't get spotted so easily.
And then go down and...
But would it get tracked any other way? Cara question.
Well, what if...
Question for Cara.
It's difficult because it's my two going together, which is awkward anyway to roleplay. But if Cara went as well, because she's got the tech, so she could check it over and make sure, do the best she could to get rid of any tracking, if there is tracking.
And
So
she doesn't need to fly out with them.
No, she just needs to go over and get it check it over before it goes.
Do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, you don't even need to send Soraya with them. They know where to go.
Oh, that's true. And actually, yeah,
you can just leave the three of them to fly back out to the mine and, hope Peach is up to it.
That's true. And if on our way there's a trail of smoke, we know that.
And to be fair, if you crash, it paints a better story for them. They were lost in a tragic late night shuttle crash on the planet. It's almost better as long as you can walk away from it.
Soraya heads off to get some water. Yeah, so maybe that's the thing. If we head over.
In fact, Cara, maybe you do aim to crash.
I want to throw them off.
Crash it, massive explosion. shuttle crash. You bail out early. 3 of you walk over to the mine, and then there's just the wreckage of a shuttle that never made it to the mine. Maybe. It might be the notators talking.
I bet that shuttle has no parachutes that work. I reckon if we can double check the ship to turn off any tracking, if we can, then the 3 of them can head over. They get to the mine a bit before us, maybe. Well, no, 3 hours, because it's going to take us, well, barely any of that time. We'll meet them there. We can stash the shuttle in the entrance to the mine, buy us a bit of time, do what we need to do with the people there, and then get the hell out of Dodge, I suppose. It's not perfect, but it completes a few things.
It's a plan.
All right.
It is a plan.
Then everybody takes a glass of water and a good long
solves everything.
Sip, and gets set, and there's sort of nods around the table, and they say, "All right then. I guess we wait until after the game and hope everyone's asleep at the barracks."
Out the geeks.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, Sarai looks quite heartbroken.
Of course she does.
Okay. So, with that, we will turn our attention back towards the big screens where the game is going on and Morven is predictably pummeling Dacinti. And we will call it a night there.
Beautiful.
Poor old Dacinti. Wonderful.
It's never going to end well for them, to be fair.
They were the underdogs by quite some way, I hear.
Indeed.
We have a Rose's cats.
Thanks, bro.
A Rose's cat request. We can do a Rose's cat.
Ewan, we also now have, according to Kent Online, the confirmed case at Canterbury College. It came out.
Don't say it on the internet.
It's out now. It don't matter. Oh, God.
Okay. So, meanwhile, on the Baltic Star, Rose's cat was playing on the hollow table. She was a big fan of the game of Rat, the local team game so popular on Nadi. Obviously, she didn't know the rules or care what they were, because kittens generally don't know what rules are and generally don't feel bound by them. What she liked about the game, as reflected on the hollow table, was the tiny figures that ran around on it. As Johnny watched her chase one tiny virtual player after another, he noticed that Rick, the game's newest devotee, made little change to the way the game was projected. The table could, for example, follow the ball around and blow up just the part of the pitch that was currently in play. It could provide little notations over each player showing their name and number and statistics about their career or their performance that match. Rick, however, had something else in mind. The scale of the reproduction of the game made it a little hard to see the ball clearly. It was just too small to be represented with great clarity. So he adjusted the settings, and suddenly the virtual ball was far larger than the real one. It also, and this was handy, turned to the colour of the team that had just gained possession, and that colour faded paler and paler with each pass that was completed. At a glance, you could see if a team was successfully moving the ball around or had suddenly lost possession. This, though not the intention, gave Caboodle a more interesting image to chase. While the players moved relatively slowly in scale, the ball moved in a bewildering dance of passes and runs back and forth. It glowed brightly and it clearly demanded her attention. She let out little chirps of happiness as she ran back and forth across the table until, inevitably, the Morven team scored a goal. The goal perhaps wasn't the important part. It was only worth a point, not a brilliant shot, What mattered about this goal was that it was scored from deep in the table by a flanker, not a striker. This translated into the ball suddenly flying a significant part of the length of the hollow table and disappearing off the end, with a tiny kitten in pursuit. Kittens have remarkable physical gifts. They are flexible, agile, quick, and have reaction times that seem almost impossible. What they do not have is brakes. The cat, as the ball disappeared, simply locked all four paws in position and waited for friction to do its work. The table, smooth and shiny, simply didn't offer that sort of friction. There was the slightest of wails from the little animal as she slid at full speed off the edge of the table and fell just inches into the outstretched hand of the ship's pilot, Cat Aralesti. If you were a plummeting kitten, then the pilot was probably who you'd want there, as she was young and also had great reactions. She held the kitten up and nuzzled her with her nose. How many points do I get for that? Both of the men, without taking their eyes off the table, in perfect unison, said, "Foul, 1 minute."
Oh, very nice.
He's my favourite crew member. He's my favourite crew member. He's a good lad. He loves his sport. He loves his science. What more? What more can you want from someone?
It is true. It is true.
Good old Rick.
Two very well-respected things to be fond of, I would say.
And cats as number 3.
Cats at 3, yeah.
Yes. Well, you know, a little cat story at the end of the night is always a bit of fun.
Oh,
It really is. It really is. Thanks, Bo.
Yes, thank you, Savera. I hope that was okay. Right.
We better head off up the wooden hill to Baltic Star Sleepyland, I suppose. We are Sans Bend tomorrow, though. Which is our loss and your loss, dear friends.
He's too busy living it up with the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Yeah, that's what it is. He was quite coy about who he was going to the cinema and drinking with, but
they're off to Club Chem. Allegedly.
Club chemistry, yes. As I understand it, she is a drinking woman.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry.
She's growing on me by the day. So,
but we are, yes, we are without Ben.
So you and I will do what we do when we don't have Ben, and we play a survival video game. So we'll return to the green hell tomorrow. Oh, I think our house is coming along quite nicely, mostly because of you.
We're doing okay. I had a really bad game last time, I think. I just kept dying and dying.
I had some moments. I had my first mental breakdown.
Got worse and worse.
I killed a jaguar, though.
Big move, killing the jaguar, for sure.
There's a bit of deforestation around our house now. I feel a bit bad. I feel a bit like I'm Shell and BP all rolled into one right now.
Yeah. Luckily, it's all imaginary, or ones and zeros, so we're okay.
Yes, it is just for the fun of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's no fun to be had.
No fun.
There's a lot of dying. That's for sure.
It's a lot of misery.
Survival horror.
So we should do that as we have no Ben. But then soon we're heading into April. Hopefully we can finally get this wedding happening. Some other bits and pieces.
Yes, I think
it's
that's
wedding season.
It is wedding.
More or less.
It's wedding season, and we have a pig to carry.
Unleash
the pig. So keep
Quite
coming
looking
in,
forward
guys,
to that.
and we'll hopefully our wedding will come in the next week or so. But until then, thank you so much, Ben, for leading us on such a merry dance.
Thank you, guys. It's always fun to do some Traveller.
And we shall see you all tomorrow. Sleep well, everyone.
Good night.
See you soon. Good night.
Good night.